We're going to put these up, and this is definitely what we're going to work on. It's Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. I've said that, of course, for May 2024, and here we go. I'm going to say first we're going to talk a little bit about love. I don't know, Taurus. I think you've been going through evaluation period and wondering, is this really love I'm feeling? Do I feel love from others? Do I feel love to others? This is you sort of questioning who you really love, and maybe reevaluating how things have been in the past with those people, and even judging yourself, and sort of evaluating yourself. How well did I do? What did I do right? What did I do wrong? All of that. I think Taurus is going to go through a good self-reflection period here and look at their love affairs in general, with their romance, with their children, with their sisters, their brothers, their mothers, their fathers, all of it. Even with what's your relationship, your love vibe with the earth. All of that stuff is really going to be looked at. Anything to do with love at this time for you is going to be reviewed and evaluated by you. And I'm going to say evaluated pretty honestly. So this, because I don't think Taurus has been really super happy with their love choices or the people that they have loved. I mean, I'm not saying they haven't had any good times in the last little while. They certainly have. And if this is also their month, this is their birthday time, and I'm hoping that all those that do love them show them some love, because they're going to need it. They've had a couple of pretty hard years. In fact, even the beginning of this year has been pretty tough for them. I'm going to say, though, that the rest of the year is going to be better. That's just a highlight for the whole year. The rest of the year is going to get much better for you, Taurus. Just keep that in mind. But as far as love goes, this is going to be a good time for you to shift the shit out of your situation, whatever that is. Those people who aren't showing you the love, I think you're going to put in their place and or put out of your space, which is what you got to do. Even in your romantic love affair, there's some things missing that you would like to fix. So some conversation around that. And could be that you've been dragging a depression around for a little bit, which has interfered with your ability to really function in your romance in a way that you really would like to, okay? Recognize your connection with someone in your family to be even stronger than you thought. And you're going to really focus on how to expand on that and spend more time with that person. So as far as love goes there, I think there's lots of good stuff coming for you in the month of May, but a lot of it has to do with healing, learning to love yourself. Friend of yours, more than one good friend of yours, either a sister or a good friend, or a brother and a good friend, something like that. Two people, pretty much, being your support system and helping you the most. And you stick with them, and I think they'll get you through this month of May. You will be clearing out what isn't serving you, and I see that 100%. Taurus, you got this. I know you're going to be hurting a bit. I do see some tears and some final shedding of the shit. That's not going to be easy, but it's necessary. So this is a good month for that. Don't worry, June's going to be a hell of a lot better when it comes to how you're feeling around love. And it doesn't mean that you don't have some love happening this month. You surely do. There's lots of people who care about you. But it's actually that exchange, whether it's healthy or not, which is what you're really evaluating. So I'm going to say two people got your back 100% and are healthy enough to accept it. Okay? So that's for love. So now I'm looking at money. We're talking about money. Money now, I'm thinking Taurus is really going to do well. I've got some fantastic cards in your money place. You are a resourceful individual, and what doesn't work over here, you'll create or build over there. I'm going to say whatever you're creating in the month of May is going to give you a good 3-month run, okay? And it might have been a bit of a slow lull for the last 2 or 3 months, but it's about to pick up for 2 or 3 months. So this is a good thing, right? You may have gotten yourself involved in some jobs you really didn't like or really didn't want to do. You've cleared that. You've cleared that. I'm going to say you've cleared that and opened up to something more appropriate for you. You, again, being selective. I want to do this, I don't want to do that. And you're going to be making those changes. I don't see a lot of changes, but there will be a few clipping away or carving away what isn't exactly what you want. So this is at least good. You people are pretty creative, hardworking individuals, but I'm going to say that you need more support from the community. You need more support from your workers. You need more support from the people who are paying you. You need more support. There could be a lot of blocks that are in your way. Maybe you used to do something this way and now you can't. You know how sort of like maybe you were sharing on Facebook and now you can't, or maybe you were working with eBay and the expenses are too high, or maybe you were working in another town but the gas rates are too high. Everything's got to happen now where you justify your costs. So you're going to be thinking a lot about how to justify your costs. And if it doesn't justify, you're going to be clipping it away. That's the big thing. It doesn't mean that you won't do something like that occasionally or as a hobby, but not as a money-making thing. And you are going to be really careful about how much time you spend on things because you don't have a hell of a lot of time, okay? And I don't mean that you're going anywhere. I mean life in general just hasn't have a lot of time, right? Some of you can't leave the job or can't reduce the hours in that way or can't, carve out what it is you don't like. So that'll be a temporary period of you working through it. And once it's done, you're going to get to a really good stage. So I'm going to say May is probably 2 weeks into May is going to be a little bit difficult, but after that, I'm going to say from the mid-May right to the end of the year, life is going to be a whole lot better as far as money goes, for sure. I see contracts and commitments and people wanting you around, people giving you more authority, more opportunity, more grace, more expansion, big time, okay? Big time on the expansion. That's what I got around money. Now, there might be a drain. Someone in your family or someone in your workplace is draining funds somehow. Maybe they're just doing something that's costing more money or wasting time. You may have to address that as well. If it isn't something like Canada Post or expenses and it's a person instead, that person, you might not be able to let them go because maybe it's like a husband and wife business. If so, then you're going to have to put up with him or her. And this is, just give it time. 2 weeks in May, give it time, and then everything will be fine after that. Health. Outside of the depression and stresses and what that does to your mental health, which I'm going to say is there, because there's some depression in there is some irritation, there is some retaliation, and this is why you're evaluating yourself, because you recognize you have outbursts and responses that you really would rather not have admitted that you did. And that could just be because there's been so much unfairness around you, or lack of loving support, or lack of kindness, whatever, and you just had enough. You sort of reached the end of your rope, and now you're being sassy back. Pull back, hon. Pull back and let that go. Deal with the depression, deal with the sadness. Don't let the sadness turn to anger. Don't let your soft, gentle side turn crusty. Leave that to Cancers. No, I'm kidding. Turtles, the turtle clan has the ability to do that, which is the earth side. It's just very similar. Sorry I was being sassy about Cancers. If there's Cancer there, I apologize. Get out walking. I think you're going to have some really good physical responses. At least your body's probably stronger than it was a year or two ago, but you do need to get out walking. Dancing is the other thing I'm being told to tell you. Dancing. Exercising, not in the way where, the traditional ways of exercising so much. It might be Qigong or Tai Chi or some sort of calm centered thing like yoga, maybe even earth yoga, when you do that outside with the soft, gentle movements, or Tislagi Dance of Life by the Cherokee. That's another good one. I love that one the most. That's when you say prayers to all the directions and to the mother and to the father, and that sort of bringing that nature energy around you. There are lots of things that the earth energy are good with, so much to do with their hands as well. So if you're creating or crafting or anything like that, that'll also keep your mental health stable. Hiking, walking, mountain climbing, mountain biking, planting, anything like that, I think in general will be good for the physical body. And that's exactly what I think you're needing right now more than anything else. It's just time with yourself, time with you. As far as your physical health, a lot of spiritual physical things would be best for you while you're going through the shifting time of dealing with the broken heart and the sadnesses that you have had over the last little while. Taurus, if I had to be really honest, I'm going to say of all the signs in the last 5 years, you may have been hit the hardest. So overall, I see a trip for many of you. Isn't that amazing? This is awesome. I actually know 2 Tauruses that are going on a trip. So this is you sort of taking time with loving self and maybe with a friend or a loved one, taking a trip to somewhere special, somewhere that really makes a difference. It gives you a new perspective on life. And when you come back, man, you're going to feel a hell of a lot better. Oh, hell of a lot better. Okay? So just work with that energy. There are people out there that are pulling for you. And remember that, okay? Focus on your creativeness, and if the creativity can bring you money, that's even better. It's good to focus on money for you, though. You guys like your money. You guys like your... It gives you a lot of sense of security, so work with it, right? You work with it. That's a good thing. So that's what I got for my Taurus friends, and I hope you have a good month. Just remember what I said. The first couple of weeks may be difficult for you, but after that, it's a breeze. And I swear, I mean this. For the most of you, Tauruses, this last half of May, right into 2025 is going to pick up. So people will be respecting you more, showing you more kindness, more adoration, supporting the things that you're doing. You're going to end up with a very large supportive group. Now, they may not be friends so much, but maybe they'll be acquaintances, maybe they'll be social media people, that type of a thing. But I see you becoming way more popular in an active way, which means it'll actually help equate to money and security. There you go, Taurus.